Welcome to Shorty Supercoach and welcome to the weekend preview, the final weekend preview of 2017. It does roll around very quick. We're up to the final week of the home and away season, of course, and that does sell the end of Supercoach for another season. So hopefully you've got out of it what you wanted and hopefully you've had a reasonable season. But look, for this weekend preview, look, there's a couple of ins, there's a couple of outs, there's nothing overly groundbreaking. Let's face it, most of us don't have many trades left anyway, so look, I don't think there's a great deal to really address. Gaz is in, Hanbury's out, there's a couple of bits and pieces, but we should be able to work around that. Pretty much no worries for those who do have some trades. But I did just want to take this weekend preview to just sort of say thanks for the season. It does roll around pretty quick, and obviously the first half of the season and pre-season is the busy part of Supercoach. So look, if you've stuck around for these latter rounds of the season, I do appreciate it, because I certainly understand that the drop-off in interest is only natural with Supercoaches. We either go poorly after the buys or there's less we can do, so therefore there's less to take in, as opposed to the absolute influx of info that we get pre-season and the amount of changing we do to our side. But I do just want to thank everyone for tuning in for the season. Thanks to the guys who comment, to everyone who comments, but to the guys who comment regularly. I certainly do take notice to the names that pop up very regularly, and of course the press conference I always get round to on your Wednesday, Thursday or Friday. So hopefully I've been able to help you with a couple of things here and there. Try to impart a little bit of knowledge. I'm no expert by any means, but I think I've got a reasonable grasp, and try to help out a few people when they comment on that presser when I can. But yeah, just really wanted to thank everyone. It's been a big season for Shorty Supercoach. I can't quite remember what subscriber count I started at this season, but certainly it's grown rapidly, and we hit about the 900 mark the other week, I think. And look, that's been well beyond expectation. I probably originally thought the channel would get to around your 500-600 mark, hopefully, and sort of hover around there. But it looks like, there's stacks of interest, and I'd like to think the channel's improved a bit as the season's gone on, and certainly from year 1 to year 2, it's improved a bit with a few different segments and a little bit of visual stuff with the video and the press conference. And I will be trying to build it in year 3 as well, try and get a little bit of extra stuff. I will be trying to do a little bit less preview review, so to speak. Obviously it's just press conference, how did I go? Weekend preview, what are we going to do? And I think people like that from an informative point of view, but I might try and, look, this all is dependent on how much time and things like that is available. I might try and shake it up a little bit, particularly in the pre-season. Look to try and make Shorty Superstars, bring it to life a bit, bring it to an actual club feel, and I'm the coach. That's what I've got in mind anyway. So how that pans out, I won't give too much away in case it doesn't actually come about, but I'll try and change it up a little bit with a little more, live stuff and a little bit more personal touch to it, rather than just either a podcast or just a little bit of my face in the corner. So I think that probably draws in people a little bit more when it's, a bit of a personal connection with the person. So yes, basically that's all I've got. All the best for your Supercoach this weekend, and hopefully, as I said, hopefully it's been a decent season for you. Hopefully you reach those marks that you're hoping for. But if not, and I'm sure many of you have already, take a bit of a glance towards next season, because it's only natural that we do that about round 15, some of us, but certainly over the last couple of weeks, it's only human to glance towards a few averages and who's going to be cheap next season, who we're going to lock in. So all the best for your week and whatever you got happening on this weekend of Supercoach. And of course, have a good week in footy as well. Hopefully your team is playing finals in a couple of weeks' time, and hopefully you can get along to a final. It's always a great time of the year. The atmosphere at the G is something that I'll be looking forward to, hopefully in the prelim. Ideally, Geelong's playing at Simmons Stadium week 1, but that's another conversation for another day. But thanks for tuning in, guys. Subscribe away. Thanks again for the season, and I'll catch you guys for my press conference, and I'll talk to you soon.